Oh, everyone, I want to tell you something that is really, really important. Things are going to change in your life. Okay. What do you want to talk about? Please take the time to understand what I'm saying. As this is your last real chance to get something good in the last 3 months of 2025, I will give you all an account about XRP, the altcoin season, the Federal Reserve rate cut, and everything else that's going on. Is that right? That will take place and have an important effect on your bags. First, I'd like to talk about what other groups are doing right now. Could you say why this is important to you? The result is that more and more big investors are putting their money into tech stocks. You might be interested in how that relates to XRP. Tech stocks don't interest me at all. My only worry is about XRP. I'd like 20 XRP. Now, pay attention. Hedge funds and the cash they have spending money both go through cycles. The balance sheets of tech stocks are at all-time highs right now. Gold and the stock market are both at all-time highs, which shouldn't come as a surprise. We all know, though, that cryptocurrency will crash soon. In the future, I'll talk about that in more depth, but I need to talk about this matter. Over the course of the week ending September 11, hedge funds bought more shares in IT companies around the world than at any other time since February. It was the third biggest thing that was bought in the last 5 years. Goldman Sachs said that people all over the world bought things when prices were high. These prices will keep going up until the end of 2021. What is it that is making banks buy at record high rates right now? What is going to happen to clear? The groups that deal with money know how it works. The Federal Reserve is going to start making notes that look like money. The people in charge know that M2 is going to rise dramatically. They also know that assets that protect against inflation will be worth more when there is more cash in circulation. Some examples of these kinds of investments are stocks, gold, and cryptocurrencies. All of those things are them. Cryptocurrencies offer much bigger gains than the stock market or cash. This is because the market for cryptocurrencies is not as big as the markets for stocks and cash. Things are going to change from how they are now, though. In the same way that the question asked, the answer is also given in the same way. These issues can be fixed with cryptocurrency, an alternative form of money. Now everyone is getting up, including you lovely people watching this movie at home. A free pat on the back is due to you. However, something else that is also very interesting is going on at the same time. This has to do with exchange-traded funds, or ETFs. In the US, ETFs have had HYBI added to them this year. It's likely to be higher than the previous high of $1.11 trillion in 2024. Most of the new money, $475 billion, came from stock exchange-traded funds at ETFs. Most money that were made was $543 billion, which was made in the first half of 2025. More than $120 billion was put into exchange-traded funds ETFs just last month by buyers who were mostly interested in big bond and stock funds. We will also see the start of XRP exchange-traded funds, which we already know is going to happen, coming up very soon if things keep going this way for a few more months. What do you think is going to happen in this situation? Anyone can see that trillions of dollars are coming. You don't have to be smart to do it. It only takes a small amount of that to send RP falling and causing a big price drop that most people who use cryptocurrencies are not ready for. I think that a lot of people will see their banks go out of business completely. All right, this is the last part. They will say when this is over. The job is done. Don't get attached to it because I'm going to sell it. They won't be able to take the chance because they are too proud to do so. This is a question I have really asked my group more than once. How many of you were able to make money on the market in 2021 during the last bull run? During that bull run, only 5% of people who bought things ended up with more money than they started with. A lot of people are too sure of themselves. Either they didn't have the patience to wait for the big move and sold too soon, or they got too sure of themselves and kept holding on even after making a lot of money. At the end of the process, everything went back to how it was before. This happened in 2010 and 2025, and it will happen again. I have seen this specific thing happen many times. What some people think is this line of thought. This bull run is also different from the ones that came before it. There have been some amazing events during this bull run that did not happen during the last bull run in 2017 or 2021. They are taking place again right now. I think the biggest mistake you can make is to think you know more than the Federal Reserve or the M2 supply and not take into account all the information we have. A lot of smart owners, including myself, have been able to get a 5% return on our investments, which is a lot of money. I know I told you not to do that, but I think a lot of you are still going to make this mistake. You'll have too much faith in yourself. You probably won't lose your pay, and for the next 4 years, you'll feel bad about it. It is fine to start the next bull run after the last one. For some people, going through hard times is important in order to learn from their mistakes. People who are looking for an easy way to learn about the subject can come to me. It will happen, and I will let you know about it. So make sure you're signed up so you don't miss it this time. Aim your attention at these. The price of gold has gone up by 3,680 since the past. For the first time ever, the S&P 500 closed above 6,600. There was also the most of it in its history. Really cool stuff. All of the things that protect from inflation have hit all-time highs. For the next year, the S&P 500 ended the year higher 20 times out of the last 20 times the Federal Reserve lowered interest rates. This happened when the index was just a few percentage points away from its all-time high. This is the easiest bet you've ever made. Still, I know that some of you will mess it up. There will still be some of you who sell early after that. You guys will still be angry in the comments, saying things like, you have no idea what you're talking about. It's over with XRP at a year. You might have made money if you bought any of the 10 most popular coins. If we look at the averages from the past and only talk about one case of each, it's likely that the interest rates have already been lowered and money has been created by the Federal Reserve. The chances are good for you. That's why this movie is so important. I hope the best for everyone. Good luck to you. I hope the best for all of you. So, this is why I put movies on YouTube. Another question that many of you have is why you have to do this. Levy, could you tell me why you need to do that? Why do you do that if you are really that good at your job? You make YouTube movies, right? There's something about this that I really love doing. Life isn't just about money. You won't believe how hard it is to figure out what your life's meaning is. Having a sense of meaning is what life is all about. Making the world a better place and doing things like that are what life is all about for me. And I know that all of you who are watching today's video, paying attention, subscribing, following my work, and becoming Levy's life, when I change yours, will always be a part of my community and will continue to help each other in the same way I do. Feeling good about having changed the world for the better is something I will be proud to, and that is why I do it. That's why I made my sign. That's still another important factor. In all honesty, you are doing pretty good if you can get alerts every time a good entry or exit opens up. No matter what,